Howdy guys, I'm back with more Fallout 3. Last time I explored a little bit more of Rivet City. I met Dr. Zimmerman, who gave me more information about the escaped android, and sounds like a pretty fun quest. I can't wait to get a bit further in that one. Now, I'm still in the science lab of Rivet City. There's a bunch of people out here that I'm going to spend some time talking to, so let's get to it. I didn't talk to this
Lay
guy.
a hand on
Some
Dr.
sort of
Zimmer
battle in
and
the
I'll
city
snap
yesterday.
your neck like a
The
chicken
gateway said the
bone.
gunfire went on for
Okay,
about an hour.
will do. Alright, how about you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, I'm looking for my father. Have you seen him? What do you know about Zimmer? Is Dr. Lee as smart as they say she is? Can I get a drink around here? Preferably somewhere clean. I don't think there's anywhere clean around here. Alright, what do you know about Zimmer? You were talking to him not long ago.
He's from up north. He was bragging about how great it is up there. Yeah, great. They can't even keep tabs on their robots.
Well, I'd have to say up north is pretty great, but I don't think Zimmer is a good representative of the north. He's a bit of a jerk. The Canadian friends up north aren't all jerks like Mr. or Dr. Zimmer. Alright, how about this one? I'm looking for my father. Have you seen him?
Look, some of us are trying to get work done here. There have been enough disruptions recently. Anybody coming through here would have to talk to Dr. Lee. Why don't you go bother her about it?
Oh my gosh, everyone is so unfriendly. Alright, is Dr. Lee as smart as they say she is? Everyone keeps talking about her.
She's certainly head and shoulders above most everyone else around here. Though that's not saying much.
Does that include you? Alright, can I get a drink around here? Preferably somewhere clean.
The Weatherly Hotel is a good choice. It's on the upper deck.
Ooh, okay, I think I've already met with Vera or however you say her name that owns it. Alright, well, I'm out of here.
Later.
Okay, who else can I bother in here? How about...
I heard that the city council is debating putting railings on the flight deck.
Well, I hope they do something. Remember that child that fell off the deck last year?
Yeah, that was bad. I'm sure they'll do something about it. Don't touch the vegetables. They're fragile.
Vegetables are fragile. I guess that makes sense. I probably shouldn't be messing with all the... These are all like lab-grown vegetables or something. I'm not sure if I'm ready to talk to Dr. Lee. I feel like I need to talk to everyone else
Stop
first.
what you're doing. I have something important to discuss with you.
Oh?
Do they not use the word no in the Commonwealth? It means ain't going to happen. Your missing robot just isn't a priority right now.
Alright, here, I'll talk to you.
He's not just a robot.
Oh, yeah, you've been complaining enough.
I'm Janice Kaplinsky, chief botanist. What do you need?
Alright, botanist, what do you know about Zimmer?
Other than him being an egotistical, arrogant, condescending pain in the ass? Nothing. He's from the Commonwealth. He's come looking for some special robot. I must admit I'm rather curious, but I have other work to do.
Okay, well, no one seems to be fond of this Zimmer guy, including me, so I really want to find this robot just almost to spite him. Alright, do you know anything about Rivet City's history?
If it hasn't got to do with the science quarters, I'm probably not the one to ask. And Dr. Lee's so busy, you really shouldn't disturb her work.
So busy she's just wandering around in here. Oh, well, I guess everyone's busy in here. I shouldn't be so unfair. Alright, I'm looking for my father. You seen him?
I did see a man talking to Dr. Lee, but I really shouldn't be discussing it. She's already in a bad mood. I'd hate to make it worse.
Uh-oh, she's in a...
You should probably just talk to her about it.
Oh, no, she's in a bad mood. I've had enough people verbally abusing me here.
So long.
Gosh, everyone's so unfriendly. I don't like it. Alright, who haven't I talked to?
Why don't you look where you're
here?
going?
Oh my gosh, y'all are so mean. Oh, Dr. Lee's over... I guess she is busy. Look at her. She's getting her hands dirty over here. There was another... Here he is, over here. Hi.
Please excuse me. There is much work to be done.
Oh. What do you do around here? Really? You sure don't look like a scientist. Yeah.
No. I'm only here to help with moving things, lifting heavy equipment. I'm no scientist. I simply help Dr. Lee in whatever way I can.
Okay, well, he seems nice enough. He's only a decent person in
I do
here.
the repairs around here, so if you see something that needs fixing, let me know.
I
This
think-
place could use a few more people willing to work. Everything is falling apart. I'm the only one willing to fix it.
I don't think my repair skill's high enough to help you.
I'm busy. I've got a lot of repairs to make.
Oh.
I'm busy. I've got a lot of
Oh,
repairs
he doesn't
to
have,
make.
I guess he doesn't have proper dialogue. He just yells at you. Alright, what's in here? Anybody in here? A hot plate, a desk, a clipboard, foot lockers, the Museum of Technology. Okay, I think I need to go speak with Dr. Lee now. I think I've met everyone else in the science lab that's worth meeting.
Ship's water isn't much better. If we don't get fresh water soon, we'll all end up like her. What do you want?
So, I'm guessing she won't help me until I get them some fresh water. Seems to be the sounds of it, perhaps?
No problems to report, I assume?
Alright, well, let's talk to her.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him. You're James's daughter, aren't you? What are you doing here?
Okay, so you're on a first-name basis with my father. Makes me almost think I don't need to talk to Three Dog or do his quest at all. Wait, how do you know who I am? Have we met? You know my father? Have you seen him? Where's my father? Tell me now. Alright, let's go with, you know my father? Have you seen him?
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact.
Ooh.
You'll have to forgive me. This has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't.
Oh no, what are you talking about? What is Project Purity? I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him? Can you tell me more about my parents? I'd like to know a bit more about you. Tell me about this project you worked on with my father. What is this lab? What are you doing here? What do you know about Zimmer? Oh my gosh, alright, so we've got a lot to talk about. Okay, so when the way she talks about this project and my father almost makes my father sound like a bad person. They put something behind them, and it must be something bad, maybe? I don't know. Tell me about this project you worked on with my father.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
Everything. What was the point? Why didn't it work? Why did you stop? What was the point?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
Gosh, okay, well, I guess when you consider the world, that does seem like a really important project. I mean, you know, okay, so it's been 200 years since the bombs have fallen, which means, 200 years of poisoned water. I mean, wouldn't there be, astronomical rates of cancers and tumors? It seems like we'd see more people walking around with, growths and deformities. I mean, I know there's ghouls and mutations, and I know this isn't, the real world. It's, supposed to be a deviation after World War II or whatever, but I don't know how humans have managed to thrive for 200 years with no clean water. Has everyone just been living off bottled water to this point? I don't understand. I don't know. Alright, so why didn't the project work?
We had the basic principles down. We understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much.
Okay.
Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
Well, what do you mean more time? I mean, why did you guys give up? It sounds like it was working, just not on a large scale. Why did you stop working on it? What happened?
You happened.
Oh.
It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge. Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier.
Okay, just like me to be the cause of everything bad in the world, just like real life. Haha. Alright, let's talk. Well, I don't want to talk about something else. What is. I mean, I guess they mean the Brotherhood of Steel didn't want to protect them anymore. I thought they were such good guys. Well, let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Okay. Gosh, there's so much to go on. Well, I guess I'll go with this. I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here.
No.
For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
Well, this isn't about me. This is about my father. Now, where is he? I left the vault to look for him. Screw the vault. I'm not staying cooped up in there. As funny as that one would be, I left the vault to look for him. I mean, you know, he had to... I just don't understand what Dad's got to be thinking. I mean, you know, look what happened to the vault. I made a lot of enemies. I killed some people I didn't want to kill, just to get out of there to look for him. I left the vault to look for him.
Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already.
Oh, man, well, took me forever to find this place. I'm sorry, could you please tell me where he's gone? Then stop wasting my time and tell me where he is. I'm sorry, could you please tell me where he's gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, this is really cool. She's willing to help me without a price. I figured I would have to find some way to help clean the water before she'd give me any clues, but it seems like cleaning the water is what they're trying to do, but I'm obviously too dumb for any of that. Alright, so where is this old lab?
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here.
Oh.
Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Okay, so that... Oh, quest added scientific pursuits. Okay, well I think that was on the way. Didn't I pass by that place to get to Rivet City? Gosh, I can't believe I just totally bypassed everything with Three Dog. I should probably back up and do the Three Dog stuff since I was just screw you, Three Dog, I'm going to Rivet City. Alright, can you tell me more about my parents? Yeah, what happened?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
Oh, come on. What was my father like back then? I never knew my mother. What can you tell me about her? Why did my mother die? What happened? I'm guessing something happened during birth.
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
That's so sad, and I mean, that's the reality of it. How many women have died in childbirth before, modern medicine, or hell, how many children died at, at a young age or shortly after birth due to complications, disease, or, whatever. It's a hard world out there. I understand. I'm sure you did everything you could. You weren't prepared. My mother is dead. Whatever. I never knew her anyway. Oh, these are all so harsh. I understand. I'm sure you did everything you could. I mean, I really do believe that, especially in the world we live in. Everything's harder, right?
Yes. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough.
Oh, well, it's okay. I mean, it's not like I knew her. Well, I never knew my mother. What can you tell me about her?
Yes. Your mother was... Well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
Oh, that's so sad. Okay, well, what was my father like back then?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time and wants to try again.
Well, I'm curious what prompted him to try again after almost, I guess 20 years in a vault. And, I mean, what caused him to suddenly decide he wants to work on this Project Purity again? And why didn't he tell his own kid that he gave up everything for? Nothing makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. Is there any way you can help me out?
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors or your chasing after him. I'm sorry.
Oh, fair enough. You've got a lot going on here. Oh, well, this is 100%, probably because I'm wearing my naughty nightwear. I think I can tell what Dr. Lee thinks of me. Hoo-hoo. Alright, come on, isn't there anything you can do to help?
I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things easier for you.
Ooh, hey, I can't complain about that. That's pretty valuable. That's like, what, 150 caps plus worth of, actually closer to almost 200 caps worth of supplies. Alright, I'd like to know more about you.
What? Well, I'm not sure what there is to tell. Your father and I, we worked together for a long time. I think we were really on to something. But then there were complications. The project was abandoned and your father disappeared. I returned here to Rivet City and established the lab you see before you now.
Okay, I kind of wonder, if she had a thing for my father or something back then. She kind of talks vaguely. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Alright, so I guess let's get away from my parents here. What is this lab? What are you doing here?
This is the Rivet City Science Lab. It's taken many long years to put together, but we've done well for ourselves. Our work on portable fusion power and hydroponics are coming along quite nicely, if not quite according to schedule.
Oh, okay, good. I guess, might be a ways away from the clean water, but I guess you're making... Wait, how can you have clean food without clean water? Like, plants are pretty notorious for sucking up everything in the environment next to them, so wouldn't they be feeding the plants with radiated water if they don't have clean water? I mean, maybe they've got a source of clean water just for the plants, just so they can get clean food. Small steps. Alright, I'm overthinking this. What do you know about Zimmer?
That man doesn't have you looking for his pet android, does he? I've already told him to lay off it. He's distracting my entire team.
Well, I can't take him out either because he's got that big bodyguard there. Alright, what kind of place is this Rivet City?
Rivet City is one of the few bastions of civilization left in the land. We're working to rebuild our society, to make the world livable again.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't finished exploring in here, but seems a little cramped to me. Alright, what do you know about this city's history?
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
Fair enough. Alright, so this is still bright. I'm gonna click on it just to see if there's new dialogue. Can you remind me where my father went?
The last I knew, he was headed back to the lab at Project Purity in the old Jefferson Memorial Building.
Alright.
I still say it's dangerous, and he shouldn't have risked it. That's all I know.
Okay, I don't know if I'm ready to go in there. I know I need to go after my father, but I don't think I'm... If it's as dangerous as she says it is, I'm not sure if I should go in there. Alright, can you tell me more about my parents?
What do you want to know?
And... Okay, that's all grayed out, so... Guessing I don't have any more dialogue.
Good luck finding your father.
Well, thank you for
Maybe
being
you'll
so...
be more helpful than your colleague over there. Do you know anything about advanced robotics and artificial intelligence?
We've all already told you we're too busy to help. Now, if you please, Mr. Zimmer.
That's Dr. Zimmer to you, Miss whatever your name is. I'd have thought you barbarians would be more interested in advanced technology.
Barbarians?
Insulting me won't get you what you want, Dr. Zimmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, please.
Fine. Have it your way. Good luck with your little project. I can see from the state of things here in the wasteland that you will need it.
Oh my gosh, this
Morning.
guy is ridiculous. So does he just stand here until the end of time screaming at these people because he's making no effort to move? Like, if he put as much effort into finding his robot as he did complaining, he might find... Oh gosh, everyone's staring at me. I'm out of here. But yeah, if he put as much effort into looking for his robot as he did complaining, he might actually find it. Alright, does this... Okay, these 2 doors, I'm guessing they both go to the... Well, they both say they go to the midship deck here, so of course they both go to the same place. Are you new?
Any trouble in this area?
I don't think so. Ooh, this is... Have I been in here? I'm so hopelessly turned around. This place, like, I don't like the way Rivet City is set up. I'm overwhelmed by it. I can't tell where I haven't been. This looks like a kind of a cool little place down here. What is this supposed to be? A museum? What is this place? Your name is Abraham Washington. I feel like this guy's going to be a big fan of the Enclave.
Quite an impressive collection, isn't it? Well, don't be shy. Have a look around.
Oh.
Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history.
Okay, I guess I need to look around a little bit further. Oh good, I was looking for some kindling. Oh, that's so hateful. I almost want to respond with that because it's funny. Alright, it's an interesting collection of garbage. Yes, it's an interesting collection indeed. Hey, no, he went out of his way to get all these artifacts here. It's an interesting collection indeed.
Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection.
Oh? Alright, I'll bite. Which document is missing? Who cares? What I'm missing is my ability to stay awake in the snoratorium. A snoratorium? Oh my gosh, like, okay. You know, for Fallout 3, since this is my first experience with a Fallout game, I'm trying to be kind of middle of the road, if not a bit on the good side. I don't want to be too wacky, but when they put little options... I know, especially given the first part of this game where I was pickpocketing and stealing, whatever. But I really want to say some of the mean stuff, but it gets really, really hard because it's like, this guy sounds like he's got a quest for me, and if I act like a monkey, he's not going to give it to me, and he'll get irate with me. So it's like, I've got to be nice in order to get the quest. But I think for my future Fallout, like New Vegas and 4 playthroughs, I'm going to be a little bit more of a mean person. Alright, what document is missing?
In 1776, the Second Judgmental Congress got together and adopted a document drafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson himself. It was the day the United States of America earned its name and secured its place in history. This magnificent achievement took form in the Declaration of Independence.
Oh my gosh. Am I seriously going to have to locate the Declaration of Independence? Does the document still survive? Okay, if you want me to retrieve the Declaration, all you have to do is ask. Let me take a leap of faith here. You want me to find it for you. What's your point? Skip the history lesson. Okay, let me take a leap of faith here. You want me to find it for you.
Indeed I do. Without the Declaration, the rest of these relics are almost meaningless. I must have it. Acquire the document for me, and you'll be awarded most handsomely. What do you think?
I think that's pretty unfathomable. Like a, 500-year-old document surviving nuclear war? I don't know. I'd love to be a part of history and bring you the Declaration. Not now, another time. Slow down there, Gramps. What's this reward you're talking about? Let me think about this. Alright, slow down. What reward?
You'd secure your place in history. The woman who rediscovered the Declaration of Independence. Imagine the fanfare.
Okay, so what does that buy me? Can we stop beating around the bush, please? What's the reward? I suppose that's good enough for me. Can the speech, Abe? I need to get paid. Oh, I need to get paid! I know, I need to get paid.
Heroes of the United States will receive rewards befitting their rank, I can assure you. Your prize will be no different.
Oh.
I have in my possession the only known schematic for the creation of something called the railway rifle.
Ooh.
Bring me the declaration, and it's yours.
So basically, I have to trade a one-of-a-kind $500-year-old invaluable document for a recipe? I feel like that's not a fair trade. I'd rather take the declaration and tack it to my wall than trade you for that unless it's amazing. I mean, I'd love to be a part of history and bring you the declaration.
Excellent. You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives.
Oh boy. Alright, well, I've looked around a bit. I have a few questions about the Declaration of Independence. Oh wow, it's called Stealing Independence. Can you show me how to get to the National Archives on my map? Alright, yeah, can you show me how to get there?
In the D.C. ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants. Here, let me pinpoint its location for you.
Okay, so it sounds like I might need to wait a while to deal with that place. It sounds like it might be kind of rough with super mutants. Alright, I have a few questions about the Declaration.
Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Alright, ooh, all this info on the Declaration, where'd you get it? I don't like secrets. What does the Declaration look like? What's the history? I want to do the speech one first. All this info, where'd you get it?
Well, this is quite embarrassing, actually. I sent someone like yourself after the Declaration. She did some of the research for me, but now I haven't seen her in a few months. I wouldn't worry about it. Many have died for causes far less grand than what you're about to undertake.
So maybe someone else took the Declaration after being sent on a quest from this guy. Alright, so what does it look like?
A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully.
Is it actually that big? I didn't actually know it was that big. I always imagined it was quite a bit smaller. Huh. Guess I'm gonna go on a Google adventure after this. Alright, what's the history behind the document? History lesson.
On July the 4th in 1776, a group calling themselves the Second Judgmental Congress got together at Fort McHenry in Maryland. After a ceremony which ended with Paul Revere singing the famous battle hymn known as the National Anthem, the document was signed. From there, it was sent to England by plane, presumably, and presented to King George himself. Thus began the Evolutionary War.
The Evolutionary War. And they sent it by plane right after the battle hymn was sang. Oh my gosh, I was expecting it to... Well, I mean, I guess there was a little bit of truth in some of that, but oh boy, that was funny. All right, let me ask you something else there, Abe.
Certainly.
I like this guy. Do you know the history of Rivet City?
It's funny now that you ask. I can tell you all about the capital, but I really haven't got any idea about Rivet City itself.
Go figure.
I can't see how important it is compared to the capital's history, but maybe Bannon might know something. He's in the governing council, after all.
And I still need to meet that guy. Alright, well, I've looked around a bit.
Oh? And have you come to any conclusions?
Oh, never mind. I don't want to be mean to him. Let's go ahead and be mean to him, whatever. I was looking for some kindling.
Watch your tone, sir. To suggest the destruction of such fine specimens is almost, well, blasphemy. I'll have you know, this collection is a complete chronicle of our nation's history. A unique glimpse into the past. Well, almost complete. One document still continues to elude me.
Well, I think there's a lot of things missing, but what's missing is my ability to stay awake in the snoratorium.
My friend, the sleeping fox catches no moss. Would you want to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime?
Who cares?
Your rude tone leads me to believe you aren't interested in a little proposal I have for you.
Oh, okay.
Now, will you hear me out? If not, we don't have much more to talk about.
Alright, the dialogue seems to just loop back around.
Shame. Very well. You're free to look around, but with your level of patience, I suspect you'll become bored rather quickly.
Oh man, I started that conversation trying to be nice, and then I got silly right at the end. Alright, so this is the... Oh,
Yes?
oh, hey, it's May again. Alright, we the people. Looks like he's got some documents over here with these, like, these tacky, horrible Baroque frames. I hate these frames so much. My real-life parents' home has a bunch of paintings with these frames, and they look so gaudy. Ooh, here's a terminal I could look at. Well, real quick. Just real quick. Oh, geez. Okay, there's going to be some reading there, and I actually do want to read that, so I'll save that for next time. Alright, let's see what else we have here. It looks like
through these walls.
a projector? I don't know. Empty soda, a lamp made out of a soda bottle, vending machine with some cola in there. Hello. A checkerboard. Oh! Okay, no one saw it. No one saw it. No one saw it. We've got grenades right here next to a doghouse. Let's see, what's this say? Danger, boom. What's it say? Kids learn to find shelter. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. We've got a broken column over here. Vault Tech, we'll be there. And then some more posters there.
Welcome to the Capital Preservation
I know, yeah,
Society.
be quiet, I'm looking. We've got a hot plate, eye exam things, different kinds of radios, a hula girl right there, that's kind of neat, a harmonica ham radio,
Hello.
a bunch of books and ammo and even a pistol. And let's see what else is in the museum here. Locker, Super Duper Mart, where customer satisfaction is a full-time job, now hiring all positions. Oh, and that's a workbench, and ooh, I can just help myself to that, no one seems to mind. Support our troops, buy war bonds today. I like how it's like Lady Liberty draped in the American flag here. Doesn't get much more American than that. Courage today, victory tomorrow, and the Fallout America's flag. Alright, well, seems to be a bit on the light side here. The museum's not necessarily the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey! Wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and be done with Fallout 3 today. I'm going to continue exploring Rivet City next time. It's gonna take me a few days to get through every nook and cranny of the city, it seems. I'm also going to check out the terminal. I'm guessing that's going to be a little bit of reading there. Maybe it will help me understand the history of Fallout and how it differs from our own world's history. I don't know. So next time, a little bit of reading and a little bit more exploration. Thank you guys so much for watching me play Fallout 3. I'll see you guys with another video soon. Bye for now.